Eddie. Hello, Augie. Hello, kitten. Hello and welcome back to Art Therapy with Jen. Today I'm doing a one magazine challenge page in my Ideas Art Journal, and we're switching it up a little bit. So this is actually the finished page of what we'll be doing today. I wanted to put it at the beginning so y'all could see where we're going to end up before we start that blank page and start building it up to this finish. So let's go to the beginning here. I have my pages that I've already picked out. I shot a video where I actually did the magazine harvest. I'll link that in an iCard as well as down below if you want to see that. And I'm going through the pages that I picked as well as back through the magazine to get anything that I can use for a background. Then I go through and tear out the pieces that I actually want to use, get rid of the rest of it, and then kind of litter them all around my journal there. So when I start building this background, I can just kind of grab and go, and I don't plan it out. I just kind of intuitively go with it. So also, let me know what you think about having the finished page at the beginning. I've noticed that when I'm watching DIY videos or things like that, I like to see the finished project first, and then it's neat to see kind of how we get to that point, if that makes sense. Also, if you're new to my channel or my one magazine challenges, what this is I take one magazine and I do an art journal page with images just from that one magazine. So I just flip through, tear out any pages that kind of I think I'll use or catch my eye or what have you, and then we just kind of go with it. I put on a TV show or some good music, and I just have a good old time for like an hour or two, right? And you all see me just building it up there. Like I said, I just have the little bits just littered all around my page there, and I'm just grabbing and placing, and when it feels right, I'm gluing. And this magazine, y'all, challenge was the appropriate word. This was an Allure magazine, and it did not have very much in way of things that I would normally use for a background. I think I went back through, because I saved the part of the magazine that I didn't rip out as well, and I went back through 2 or 3 times, and I just had to get creative. So like I'm gluing there this blue piece that is from a Neutrogena, a skin cream ad. Those corally bits, that's from, I think it was either a hairstyling or shampoo ad. The parts that have that kind of fishnetty look, that was actually a J-Lo photo shoot. Sometimes you just have to get creative, and I really stretched it. Like that's an Olay bottle that I'm putting down there. And that's also something like if you're just starting out with art journaling and you don't have images that you've been saving since the dawn of creation, and you're kind of limited in what you have. Like, don't just look at the pages for like what they are. Like, don't just look at like a skin cream ad. Look at the bottle. Can you just rip that part out and use it? Look at the sides. Sometimes they have like pretty flowers on the sides or neat textures or colors. Like that red I just put down, that was actually a model that was body painted like this bronzy reddish color. So sometimes you just have to just get that noise out and use those bits that you have. And like there I got a tin can. I kind of dig that can. It's a good can. But it definitely, I had to go back and forth a few times, and I kind of had to change my thinking of okay, we can save this, we can use this, and just really go with it and, have some fun with it. That's what it's all about. It's being creative, having some fun, stepping out of all the stressful junk and, getting some glue out and just having fun. And also, if you're new to my one magazine challenges or kind of the art journaling process or collage journaling process that I've been going with for the last 2 or 3 years now, I have 3 main steps that I do. I do the background, as y'all are seeing now. I do a step where I do the people pictures, the focal images, the characters, whatever you want to call it, and then I do the words. So y'all will be seeing that later in the video as well. And for the background, you know, I just kind of treat the little magazine bits as kind of like my paints. You know, I couldn't paint a person, and I probably couldn't paint and get all these details and textures together, but I can use these little swatches of glossy pretty paper and make something that I just have fun and that I'm happy that I created, if that makes sense. There's another bit of that model again. And I just turn things every which way. Sometimes I cut clean lines with scissors, and sometimes I just rip it up and just, y'all just see them remnants all around my page. Why not, right? Why not? And you can save them little remnants and do fun stuff with them later. So we're just having a good old time. Now let's take a close-up look at the background here. This is what our base is. This is what we're going with. Kind of establishes that color theme. So I'm going to take out my pages again. I'm going to go through and pick out any people or focal images that I think might fit with this background now, since we got that starting point in that base. And I go through again and I just either fussy cut or tear out the images that I think I'm going to use and just place them and go on until they just kind of click into place. And after all that, I narrowed it down to these 3 images. I really liked the way they went together. I really liked the vibe they had going on there. And so I have the girl on the left, the perfume bottle, and then the 2 girls there on the right. So I just really liked it. And yeah, they were the only ones when I put them on the page. I was like, okay, they belong here. I'm not sure what story they're telling yet. We're kind of getting a vibe happening here. I don't know. I need to find another word other than vibe, but I hear it so much. Like, I mostly work with all like much younger people than me, and I'm starting to pick up their vocabulary, and I'm not mad about it. And I'm starting to learn that they don't understand my vocabulary. Said kudos to you the other day, and they didn't know what that meant. And then I had 5 gray hairs pop up, and I had a life moment. I really have. The last 2 weeks, like, gray hairs have been coming out of everywhere. I'm like, really, y'all just been holding out till now? But anyway, I don't care. I feel like I've earned them, and they can just be up on my head. They're all right. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get back for my life crisis, and we're gonna finish gluing that up, and then show y'all how it looks now that we've incorporated those focal images. I love it. I love the way it flows with the page and the background, and we're getting somewhere, y'all. So now I'm going to do the words. So what I've done is I've gone back through the pages, and I have cut out any words that I think I might use. I went through, started putting them around the page, and then the story kind of comes together as it is. So we started up top there with goals now within goals now within reach. And then I'm putting there boost your spirits. And then I'm gluing forget everything you know. And then we're going to put face anything. I tell y'all what, I'm loving them Olay ads that say face anything. I think I've used that like 5 times. Digging it. I hope it stays forever. And then up top we're doing embrace the ritual. And then we'll be doing 2 I put together, ones to watch, then, now, and forever. And then toward the bottom we'll be finishing it off with just the start. So I really like it's talking about goals, forgetting everything you know, like preconceived notions, you know, what you can and can't do. Embrace the ritual to me is like embrace the everyday hustle, if you will. You know, goals are not always these big monumental things. You have to do a lot of small steps to get you there, if that makes sense. And then it's just the start. And these girls here, they're the ones to watch because they got it. So now that we've got those words on there, I'm going to doodle a little bit. You know, I ain't really done a lot of just scribbling and doodling and having a good old time on a page in a little while. And I just felt compelled. I'm going to start off here, though. I got a paint pen there, and I'm just going to go and color the spine there, and then or the seam or what have you. And then I'm going to go around the edges of the page, and then just kind of smoke it or feather it out before it dries all the way, since it is a paint pen. just so it's not a harsh line. It's just like a ghost or a shadow of a line, if you will, going around the whole page. I'm going to be using just random gel pens that I have, outlining the words there, paint pens, just whatever I got beside my desk, y'all. I just have fun with this part. It's just fun to me. What is better than just doodling? And I'm somebody, even when I'm like at work or learning or something, I just do better if I write stuff down or I doodle while I'm listening to it. Like, I write notes, I don't even hardly look back at them, but just the physical process of doing that, I obtain information so much better. I don't know. Any of y'all do that? But I've just gone around and just done random scribbles and curly cues and what have you all throughout the page. And then I'm taking a blue gel pen there and doing like a thick scribbly line around our focal images to kind of have them kind of stand up or pop out from the background a bit. And that's one way you can really just kind of have them visually pop out. And I like doing all those scribbles and shapes on top of the magazine. I think it brings the background together more. It also makes those focal images stand out a bit, at least in my mind. And it's just fun. And now I'm going over top of that dark blue gel pen with a white gel pen, because I just like that scribbly look, and I like that the white really stood out on that dark blue and really highlighted it a bit. And now to kind of go in theme with the girls on the right, they kind of have this leather quilted look going on. I went around and did little dots and dashes with a thick paint pen, and then just did little X's and crosses across the page just to add different texture, bigger texture, and it almost looks like stitches, kind of like that quilt work. You know, just a really crude cross stitch, if you will. And just adding more doodles and having a good old time. No rhyme or reason. And then I'm just going to go in and sign my name and date it. And I feel good about it. So again, here's how it turned out. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, doing a one magazine challenge page with me. Hope everyone is doing well. Now that it's April, oh my goodness. But thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a great day and happy art journaling, crafting, DIYing, or whatever you're into. Bye guys.